What's up? I'm Debby Ryan, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Life.
So how are you tonight? Are you excited to host for the Teen Vogue?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's a good group of people. It'll be a fun day.
And fashion is a big thing for you, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and also, I believe in educating myself on a lot. I think a lot of people can kind of just like stroll up and feel like they know a lot about it, but I feel like for me, learning has been like the most fun. I realize it's such a huge world, and it's so much to like learn and mix and match. And once you kind of learn some staples and basics, you can really put your personality into it. And that's what's fun.
And I mean, the type of work that you do, no matter whether it's your music or your TV show or whatever, fashion is a big deal.
It's true, yeah, and it really helps kind of create different looks. It helps like. Jessie is a character that I play on a show in a context, and to be able to kind of help create that fashion, help kind of build that look, and then, Debby as when I'm on stage, front men and women that I like, and what I'm able to kind of move, and if my guitar player and I are going to be jumping off the drum riser, we have to know, be able to know what to wear on that, and it all kind of comes back together. It's very interesting, and I think it all comes from one place and one person, and obviously all of my characters and versions of me look the same, so it kind of all comes from that area.
Nice. And since we're on the topic of the music, you just had your debut show at the Glass House not that long ago.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What was that experience like for you?
The Glass House was fun. We wanted to play a local show, kind of for our friends and family and local LA fan base. And I think what would have been really easy is to book someplace on Sunset Boulevard and do a bunch of promo. And the way that we wanted to do it was, instead of getting a place like that, we wanted to really earn it and play some kind of grungy place a little farther out. And the Glass House was amazing, and everyone at that venue was so lovely, and my friends and family loved it. And just being barefoot and running around during sound check, that was a new home for me. And then we went straight from there and played a show at a Six Flags in Texas for 2,000, 3,000 people, and it was really very cool to kind of watch that already start to build.
Now, I mean, obviously you're comfortable in front of the camera, but did you feel comfortable on stage in front of all of your fans singing?
I was fine, and then 10 minutes before I couldn't breathe, and then the second that my kind of cue comes on in the intro and I start to walk on stage with the boys, it was what we've been doing. Sitting in the lockout that smells like old Doritos until 3 in the morning and everyone's singing and playing, that sort of energy just comes to life on the stage.
Very cool. And what are the plans for the Never Ending? You just released the EP 1, so
yeah.
What else can we expect?
We're constantly writing, and so we're making new music. We're about to release new music. We have a song called Follow that we've been playing live, and people have really wanted to hear a produced version of that. So we're kind of working on finding different producers and really creating that kind of production sound on the back end and making sure we're always evolving and growing. But we're playing a lot of local shows. I'm going back into Jessie, so it's going to be a little bit weird, but we're, on weekends we're running out and doing shows. So we're coming to people's backyards.
So when did you realize that you could write music?
I don't think you realize that you can write music. I think you realize you have to write music. I think that that's the whole point of everything is, at some point you realize that these things are banging on the walls of your head and they need to be let out. And that to me, it kind of started happening when I was 8 or 9. And then I was 12 to 14 when I started actually doing it in kind of lyric form and in an actual pentameter and a prose of it all. And then the weird part is that I started accidentally writing with my brother, and he would do co-writing sessions and produce for people and bring me in to kind of work on a lyric here, change a melody here, and I realized it was something that I absolutely loved, and I didn't want to Yeah, me and the guys are incredible, and I think it really came to life in the Never Ending. It came to life with those sorts of people and standing up there and hearing the way that they care about their instrument, the way they care about telling stories, and we all have very similar hearts towards the same thing, but we're doing it completely differently. And that amalgamation and that juxtaposition between people is the beauty of the Never Ending.
What I like the most is that it's not what everybody expects from a Disney artist going into music. It's completely different, as if you just started doing music for the first time,
Yeah, well, thank you. To me, I didn't want it to ever feel like a character that I was playing. I wanted it to feel like a very true extension of myself, which, by the way, was one of the most terrifying ventures I had ever done creatively. To really let people see me instead of this controlled brand of myself was terrifying, but also has been the most rewarding, fulfilling thing. And, when you realize that this song that you write at 2 in the morning in your bedroom, crying because you have no other way to feel, then people are getting tattoos of their lyrics on themselves. To see how full circle that comes, it's absolutely insane and a huge blessing.